Hi, it's me, Amanda again. Today, I would like to promote young people to practice abstinence and explain the importance of it and what the consequences are if you choose to take the path to have sex as a teenager. You might be wondering, what exactly is abstinence? Well, abstinence means to not have sex. It is the only method that is 100% effective in preventing teenage pregnancy and STDs. There are several reasons why young people, especially teenagers, should remain abstinent. The two main reasons are to 1. Prevent teenage pregnancy, and 2. The risk of getting an STD, which stands for a sexually transmitted disease. Did you know that every 3 out of 10 teenage girls get pregnant and give birth before the age of 20? That equals to almost 750,000 teenage pregnancies a year. Becoming a parent as a teenager is probably one of the hardest things you will ever have to go through. You need to ask yourself a few questions. 1. How am I going to raise a kid when I'm still a kid myself? 2. Do I want to be up at 2 a.m. changing a diaper and feeding a baby on a Friday night, or do I want to be out with my friends? And 3. Do I want to be an adult and make adult decisions before I actually am an adult? These are just a couple of questions you need to ask yourself before making the decision to have sex as a teenager. The other main reason that young people, especially teenagers, should remain abstinent is to prevent the spreading of STDs. Unfortunately, STDs are very common among teens. The most common type of STD among teenagers is chlamydia, and it is actually found in 20 to 40% of teenagers that have sex before marriage. The most common type of STD among adults, however, is HPV, which is the human papillomavirus. Another reason that young people should remain abstinent is because of their religion. The majority of religions don't believe in having sex before marriage. According to the National Center of Health Statistics, in 2004, the majority of teens stated that the main reason they had not had sex yet was because it was against their religious beliefs and morals. Another good reason that young people should remain abstinent is so they can have a happier, healthier relationship with their partner. Recent studies have shown that if two people decide to wait until they are completely 100% ready to have sex, they will have a happier, healthier relationship. They will also have more trust for each other, less emotional baggage, and more respect for each other. Past studies have shown that when you practice abstinence, you will also be happier and more successful as an adult. On the other hand, if you choose not to abstain, there are consequences you could potentially be faced with. One consequence is becoming a teen parent, and then you're at a higher risk for dropping out of high school and never going to college. Another consequence is you could get infected with an STD. Did you know that each year there are 15 million new cases across the U.S. of people getting infected with an STD? And there are 65 million people in the U.S. currently today that have an STD. And each year, there are 3 million teens that get affected with an STD. Another consequence is you could suffer from emotional effects. A 2005 study showed that girls in grades 7 to 11 that had engaged in premarital sex led to depression in the future. Last but not least, practicing abstinence increases your risk of promiscuity and divorce in the future. A 2002 study showed that women that engage in premarital sex are at a higher risk of getting a divorce in their future compared to women who wait. As I said earlier, the teen pregnancy and STD rates are outrageous. Even though these rates are increasing every day, there are ways that we as a society can encourage and promote abstinence. One way we can encourage this is providing sex education classes that give more information on abstinence. There are many sex education classes offered today. However, the majority of them only send the message that it is okay to have sex as a teenager as long as you use some type of protection, whether that be condoms or birth control. We need to be encouraging schools to offer sex education classes that teach teenagers more about abstinence and the importance of it. Another way we can promote this is to encourage parents to talk to their teens more often about sex and abstinence. Moms have the power of persuasion. A 2002 study showed that teenagers are more likely to remain abstinent if they know their moms strongly disapprove of it and if they have warm, healthy relationships with their mothers. Another good way we can promote abstinence is by encouraging our teens to become more involved in sports and recreational activities. Studies have shown that the more teens that are involved in sports are at a decreased risk to be involved in sexual activity. Last but not least, another good way we can promote this is by personal examples. It's a good idea to let your teenagers get to know other teens that have selected to practice abstinence. In conclusion, abstinence, like I said, is very important for teenagers to understand. Each teen should know what abstinence is and what the consequences are if they choose not to abstain. More and more teens are having sex and becoming parents and getting infected with STDs. All of these things could be prevented if we could all encourage abstinence. If we as a society all work together, we can lower the rates of teen pregnancy and the spreading of STDs. So what I would like for you to do today is to go home, sit down, and talk to your teenager about sex and the importance of remaining abstinent. I would like to thank you for listening, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.